And Meldrick Taylor is also on today's card, as there are 4 Olympians featured on this card in Norfolk, Virginia. But Mark Breland has looked extremely impressive as he ends his confrontation today with a first-round knockout. We'll be right back. Live shot, you're looking at Pernell Whitaker, and we have told you about his fight, which you'll be seeing live. And also, there's Meldrick Taylor getting loose. And since we do have time to show you Taylor's fight, he'll be taking on Roberto Medina, and we'll also be watching that one, which will be coming to you live from Norfolk, Virginia. Taylor, a very good-looking young lightweight. But the man of the hour here in Norfolk is the hometown hero, Pernell Whitaker, the lightweight champion at the Los Angeles Olympic Games. Very interesting young fella, a man who has begun his professional career in undefeated fashion. And we're going to take a closer look at a man who will be putting his unbeaten mark on the line against John Sinegal. A look at Pernell Whitaker up close and personal. The greatest achievement for an amateur athlete, especially a boxer, is to win an Olympic gold medal. Last summer, Pernell Whitaker reached that emotional high, and 1 year later, the memories are still vivid.
I don't think I can ever come off that high. I reached so high to get the gold that, you know, I can't fall because I have it around my neck, and I have it at home. So that I will always remain on top. You know, if not successful as a pro, I can always look back at my gold medal and say, this was really my dream.
The key element of Whitaker's success has been the support of his hometown, Norfolk, Virginia. It seemed as if half the city turned out to welcome him home from Los Angeles. Norfolk resembles a small, close-knit community. The pride and affection they show is genuine.
And that was inspiring to me because I wasn't expecting to see as many people as I saw on a weekday. You know, and it seems like the whole Norfolk was attending, and I feel great.
It's only about 200 yards from the Scope Arena to the housing projects of Young Park, where Pete Whitaker grew up. Because of his early professional success, Whitaker has been able to give back time and money to help his old neighborhood. Now he lives across town in a brand new house he bought for his mother and the rest of his family. About the time they moved in, Pete's son was born. And as evidenced here, the family is right there when Whitaker trains this close to home. But training and fighting in your hometown means extra promotional responsibilities. It can be distracting to take time out to sign autographs at a local mall or stage a public workout by the waterfront. But he's willing to pay that price, to do what he has to succeed as a professional and get a shot at a title.
That's all I'm breathing fire. You know, I'm going to stay in the gym and keep learning until I succeed and down the road of winning a title or getting a title shot. So whatever I have to do that, or however long it takes me to do it, I'll do that.
And now live, you'll watch the entrance of Pernell Whitaker here at the Scope Arena in Norfolk, Virginia. He gets set to make his way out from the catacombs into the bright lights and on his way toward the ring where he'll be taking on John Sinegal. A lot of people feel of the Olympic medalist, Whitaker would be the most talented. And he's done really nothing to dispel that theory through his professional career to this point, which admittedly is early on, but there's even talk of Whitaker fighting for a title within 12 to 18 months. Sweet Pea, as he's known. They've called him that since he was a kid. Pernell Whitaker making his way to the ring, the only Olympian to win his gold medal via the knockout round. Everybody else went the 3-round distance and won on a decision. It was Whitaker with a KO, and Whitaker will be looking for a KO as well today. Into the ring comes Pernell, ready to take on John Supersonic Sinegal. And we'll return to ABC's Wide World of Sports after this message and a word from our local stations. We're back live in Norfolk, Virginia is the site. Our live coverage continuing. I'm laughing because one of the great chants of all time, Sweet Pea, Sweet Pea, Sweet Pea. They've been chanting here at the Scope, but that's the nickname of their man, Pernell Whitaker. He is being introduced at the moment. Came in at 136 pounds. That's 1 pound over the lightweight limit. Ring announcer putting everything he has into that introduction. The opponent is John Sinegal, who's home now in Port Arthur, Texas. He comes in with a record of 22-1-1, 17 knockouts, and his only loss was to Terrence Ali in 1984 in Atlantic City. Second round knockout. Lou Duva involved with Breland and Whitaker. Meldrick Taylor as well, so he's back in the corner. Tail of the tape right there. Not much difference as far as the height and reach are concerned. 1 pound difference in the weight. Sinegal, 23 years old. And Pernell Whitaker, 21 years old. The referee is Al Rothenberg. He does not score. Oscar Bryan, Jim Traylor, and Ernie Green are the judges at ringside, scoring on the 10-point must system. Whitaker with very quick hands, good punching power, great foot speed, exceptional boxing skills. The left-hander from Norfolk. Sinegal also, his trademark, good hand speed. Could be a tough test for him. Good combination puncher. And an impressive record against some decent opposition. Whitaker trying to stay unbeaten. Trying to go 5-0. Second time he has fought as a professional here in Norfolk. Whitaker using that right here in round one to try to establish the early tempo. And the left hand tried to cross with it, but partially blocked by Sinegal, no damage. Crowd, of course, will respond to everything thrown by Whitaker. One thing that will do, of course, is make it difficult for Sinegal, if this fight goes the distance, and it's scheduled for 8 rounds, to win a decision. Always tough in a close fight to come into a man's hometown and beat him, especially in a case like this. Whitaker with a good right hook. Pumped up, he was looking for an early knockout, and he's more in control of himself in this one, because his great effectiveness comes from landing his combinations, taking the knockout win, and if presented. Half a minute to go in the first round. Down. Sinegal pointing to his corner, but he's not pointing to the right corner, as if to say he was all right. He gets up after taking the mandatory 8 count. The bell will end it. Sinegal appeared to be looking for his corner, if indeed he was looking for toward the wrong ring post, but he's able to get up and get back as he gets stunned and staggered at the end of round one. Left uppercut and a left hand to the head, a left to the top of the head, sends Sinegal to the canvas. From another angle, we'll take a look at it. Whitaker, that short left hand. And again, it was really more of a combination there than any one punch that did it. One sets up the other. And there is Sinegal in his corner. So Breland ended his fight in the first round. Whitaker, perhaps inspired by that performance, and no doubt watching it on a monitor in his dressing room, comes up. Round two. Sinegal with only one loss, and that came via knockout in the second round, we said before, to Terrence Ali in 1984. Shaken and staggered in round one. Yet to really throw anything here in the second round. A feeble right hand is there, but Whitaker pushes it back along the ropes with a straight right. Combination, getting inside. Another right hand. Sinegal is shaken again. Whitaker going for the knockout because the opportunity has presented itself. Sinegal is staggered. Sinegal barely knows where he is right now. A left to the body, another left. Down he goes, and this one could very well be stopped right now, and frankly should be. Sinegal trying to get up, has to take the 8. Looking at the referee, the count is 6, the count is 7, now 8. He gets up at the count of 8. And they'll let it continue, but this one's not going to go very much further. Another right hand, and that'll do it. That's the end of the fight. You want. He's a pretty good fighter. 5-0, 4 knockouts. And a lot of people who follow this sport closely feel he is the best of the Olympians in terms of skill, and again, doing nothing to dispel any notion of that sort today. He has now beaten Ferrin Como, Danny Avery, Michael Golden, Nick Parker, and John Sinegal in succession. He is 5-0. And I think he's thinking about Hector Camacho down the line. His mom right there. And Mrs. Whitaker has watched her son, Pernell, take another step along the way to being a top 10 contender. That's not going to be too far down the line. And in fact, when we talk to Pernell in a few moments, we'll obviously query him about his immediate future, because he has really looked very, very good in his professional career. Well, Meldrick Taylor, a man who has not had a good deal of exposure, but he too has been in his own way nearly as impressive as Whitaker. You'll be seeing him, a brilliant young lightweight, just 18 years old, in a live fight against Roberto Medina. That's coming up, but for the moment, it's Whitaker winning on a second round TKO. We'll be back. We're back live in Norfolk, Virginia. Meldrick Taylor will be taking on Roberto Medina in a live 6-rounder. We'll be taking a look at a great-looking young lightweight. That's coming up. Also, Evander Holyfield was in action earlier today, and we'll be taking a look at that fight as well. It's been quite a day for the Olympians. You watched Mark Breland score a first-round knockout, and you just watched Pernell Whitaker score a second-round TKO. There is Meldrick Taylor. He is getting loose. We'll be seeing his fight coming up live against Roberto Medina very shortly. But the crowd today has gotten their money's worth already at the Scope in Norfolk, because most of them showed up to watch their man Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker score an early knockout, and that's exactly what he did. How would you assess that performance compared to your others so far?
Well, I feel pretty good going into the fight. I figured that this fight right here, I was in better shape than the last 4, and I had prepared myself to go 8 rounds, so that gave me a little extra training in the gym and a little extra rounds in the gym. So I came out, and plus the paper hype and all that was under my belt too. So I wanted to show my hometown that Sweet Pea was for real.
What about fighting in Norfolk? I mean, the crowd loves you. They want to see you knock a man out early. You fought here a couple of months back. Does it inspire you, or does it make you, in a way, perhaps fight out of control early on?
Well, the first fight I was a little anxious in my first fight here. But this fight right here, I wasn't anxious, and I knew the crowd was out there, so I just blocked them out of my mind and just go in there and do what I have to do.
Well, now, how do you see, we're going to turn to Lou Duva in a moment, but how do you see your future, and what do you anticipate happening 12 to 18 months from now? You going to be in line for a title shot, you think?
Oh, yeah, I hope so. If I keep performing the way I am, there's no doubt that I should have a chance at the title. And whoever's champion, if I get a chance to fight him, I'll be ready.
All right, Lou, the man looks very, very good. A lot of people think he's the best of the Olympians. And what about his future right now, and what's your timetable for him?
Well, I think they're all good. They've got so much talent. This is the best. This is the best of the group. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm looking for one match for Pernell. I'm looking for Hector Camacho. I would hope that he wins the title when he fights for the title against Ramirez, and I would love nothing better than an 86 to put Pete Whitaker in with Hector Camacho. Then you're going to see one hell of a fight, and he's ready. He's ready. Don't forget, he's been fighting since he was 10 years old, so he's ready.
Well, let's take a look right now. We're going to go back to the second round here, Pete, and take a look at the first knockdown in the second round and how you set that one up. That actually is the final knockdown. That turned out to be the one that ended it.
The uppercut I threw was the first punch that really got him, and I got him on the tail end of the right hook. So I knew that he was hurt with the uppercut, and when I knocked him down, I just didn't want to rush out and try to knock him out early because I could get over anxious and get caught. So I just took my time and took the next open.
Between now and your next fight, what's the one thing you'll work on the most?
That fight went so quick, I don't think I had to work on anything. I had to start all over again.
What about the fact that this would have been the first 8-rounder for you? How do you feel about going the distance?
If I go the distance, it'll be great, but I like the early nights better than going the long nights. So in due time, I get my chance of going 8 and 10 rounds.
You agree with Lou about Camacho? Are you looking forward to fighting him?
Oh, I'm looking forward to fighting him especially. So because we got a little grudge to settle. So I guess whatever happens in the next 12 months, 18 months. I see myself, it's going to happen.
Okay. Pete, congratulations. Exceptional performance again. Okay, Lou, good seeing you. So, Freeland has won. Whitaker.